Hi there, it's your Pampered Chef consultant, Ann Miller. If you are partying with me, I hope that you're enjoying the party, learning some great new recipes, and of course, some wonderful tools, right? That's what I wanted to share with you today. I'm not necessarily going to make anything from start to finish, but I'm going to show you some of my favorite tools that I use to feed my family and to make like special treats or whatever. I really do use all my Pampered Chef tools, and I love them. They save time in the kitchen, and they're just enjoyable to use. So I thought I would start out with what I used to make my family dinner yesterday. I made chili, folks, from start to finish with 2 pounds of frozen ground beef. Frozen. I had chili within an hour that tasted like it was simmering on the stove all day. This makes that possible. Of course, what is this? This is our quick cooker. Beautiful piece of equipment. Really easy to use. I know it might look a little complicated, but I promise you it's not. Super easy to use. Some of the safety features that other pot doesn't have is that the steam valve. That would be my dog. The steam valve and the steam button are far apart, so you're less apt to get burned. It's got handles on the bottom. All right, so we're gonna open it up real quick and I can show you what we got in there. Chili, like I said, right? Chili. Another really great feature of the quick cooker is that you can get the lid, and I could plug it in now and I could put it on warm and it would just keep things warm on the counter. Of course, obviously great for potlucks and whatnot because you don't want things with meat sitting around without keeping warm. All right, so I'll move this wonderful gadget out of the way and we'll come over to the next one, which is part of the rock crock family. I am a big fan of the rock crocks because I love their versatility. They're made out of this really incredible material called mica. It's actually ground volcanic rock, so it can withstand crazy temperatures. And the versatility comes in because you can use it in the oven, you can use it on the stovetop, you can use it in the microwave, you can use it on your grill outside, and it can be put in the refrigerator. So it's like super versatile. That's why I love it so much. That's why so many other people love it so much. I had 2 pieces here, actually 3. I've got, this is called the Everyday Pan. It's a great pan. I use it a lot to warm up frozen vegetables like broccoli or, you know, peas and carrots or whatever I'm trying to serve my family as their vegetable. And my family's on the bigger side, so this is a perfect size for us. It will also sit down into what I have the big Dutch oven rock crock sitting into is the crock pot insert. Works as a crock pot or just somewhere to keep something warm. What I have going today is I've made some beef bone stock. Of course, beef bone stock, any kind of bone stock is super good for you. Lots of vitamins, lots of nutrients, great for health, for gut health, also for joints. So I've had this simmering, oh gosh, I started it last night before I went to bed and it's still simmering away. There's bones down there, beef bones. You put a little bit of vinegar into the water and it helps dissolve the bones, and that's where all the really good stuff for you is. So you throw in some vegetables. I used carrots and celery, onion, of course. And the onion I didn't skin. When you're making a broth, it's great if you leave the skin on because it gives the broth a beautiful color. And I'm going to strain all these vegetables off in the beans, in the bones, and so I'll be just left with the broth. And I'll do that skimming or putting it through this wonderful piece of Pampered Chef equipment. I love this. It's a stainless steel sieve. I use it mostly to do what I'm going to do with this soup is to strain broth. So I'll put it into another great Pampered Chef item. This come in a set of 3. They're the stainless steel pans or bowls. We've had these for a long time. I actually bought these before I was a consultant. Over 10 years ago. They got a great non-skid bottom. They won't skid around on you. They got a great thumb hole. They have lids, and it comes in 3 sizes, and they sandwich together. Great products. All right, so we'll take this out of here. Of course, this is also Pampered Chef. I love our These come in a set. There's a ladle, there's a spatula, and there is a spoon. They're beautiful stainless steel. All right, so now we're gonna move over here to one of my next favorite things for baking. I love the cooling racks. These come in a set of 2. I only have one out right now, but they do stack, and I can just kind of demonstrate how they stack with this one. They will stack, and that way when you're busy with baking in the holiday season, now you have 3 services, 1, 2, 3, to stack things as they cool. I have this larger one set on our wonderful Pampered Chef sheet pans. These are really great. They're super heavy steel, so they will not warp. They also have a great nonstick coating, so easy removal and easy cleanup, which is really important, right? So now I'm going to show you a couple more things. I'll bring this over here. This is our brownie bite pan. All the Pampered Chef pans are really great because they're nonstick and they really do release things. There is no need to spray these pans. In fact, don't spray them. If you are going to spray them, make sure and use our Pampered Chef spritzer with some sort of pure oil in it, because products like Pam or those other products you can buy in the spray can have a whole lot more ingredients than oil in them, a lot of things that you cannot pronounce, and they tend to build up, and then your nonstick pans end up being they're not nonstick at all because they have all this like gook on them. So if you're going to use oil, make sure you use our Pampered Chef spritzer with a nice pure oil in there. I don't use any oil on my Pampered Chef pans because, number 1, you don't need them. Number 2, you really don't need it if you have one of these. This is probably one of my favorite Pampered Chef tools. This is the cake tester and releaser. This little thing right here is like magic. It will not damage the nonstick finish on the pan, which is very important. But it just pops things out. I actually have like 4 or 5 of these because they tend to get lost in my drawers, and I tend to be very unpleasant to be around if I can't find it when I need it, because no other tool in my drawer will work except this. I had one sister consultant tell me, you should keep it in your knife block. So now I'm going to keep it in my knife block, and I'll know where it's at all the time. But this is why I love it. These are just little yellow cakes that I put in there. I'm going to make some petit fours. This is why I love it. And this would work for anything that you would have in there, brownies, whatever. You just work it around the edges and pop it out. It pops right out. Isn't that great? Just pops right out, lickety split. You want to let whatever you've baked cool for about 5 minutes or so. That was our brownie pan, and then this is our little donut hole pan. I think it's so cute, and these just really pop out. You don't even hardly have to. And aren't they cute? The little brown bottoms, they're adorable. All right, so now I want to demonstrate another favorite tool. See if it's gonna flow. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Another favorite item that we have is our silicone bowl set. So I'm gonna grab the other bowl. I put it in the freezer. Comes in set of 3. They have lids. What they're really nice about them is that they're flexible. So I'm gonna make some little petit fours with our little cakes here, and I'll show you how wonderful this is. All this is icing from the can you buy at the store, and I put it in the microwave and warmed it up so it flows. And we're gonna make some pretty little French petit fours, lickety split. But comes in, like I said, a set of 3. And another reason I love these is I love to freeze things in them, because unlike a container that's not flexible, these you can actually pop out the frozen food from. They'll pop right out. They'll pop into a pan if you need to, warm up soup for your family or whatever. This one's a nice size for warming up things like soups. So that's what I love about those. All right, so I'll show you how to make these little petit fours. I got some cute little chocolate balls. You can also buy little flowers, icing flowers, right at Walmart, right in the cake supplies. That would be so cute on these. And I like to do it on the pan because all the frosting will just drip down. And of course, a petit four is nothing but a little bite of cake with frosting on it. And you just pour enough on it so it'll start going down the sides of it. These ones might need a little more. And what you can do too, you can take your little spatula. This is our cutest, littlest spatula. that we sell with Pampered Chef. All of our spatulas are awesome. Well, I'm not doing a very good job. What am I doing here? Okay, I think it needs a little more. There we go. Be a little more generous with the frosting, I guess. Oh dear. There's seems to be no end to things that our dog can find to bark at here on the farm. All right, so what I'll do is I'll just put one of these cute little balls on the top. Isn't that cute? Can you imagine a whole tray of those? How pretty they would be? And they're so colorful. I love all the little colorful balls that you can get. Really cute. Okay, and of course I had my little balls into our prep bowl sets. Love these. They're great for leftovers, or if you're doing like tacos for different kinds of toppings. Got the great lid that pops on for storage. Use these all the time. All right, so now I guess I'll move this out of the way and I'll talk about just a couple more of my favorite tools. A lot of the parties and a lot of times people will ask me, and what's your favorite Pampered Chef tool? And without giving it that much thought at all, I say the garlic press. This is one of the very first things that I ever purchased from Pampered Chef. I love fresh garlic. Before I bought this, I was using the garlic that you could buy in the can or the jar. And if you look at the ingredients on the jar, there's a lot more than just garlic in there. There's a lot of preservatives, which of course everybody knows are not good for our bodies. So, and a lot of times I would turn to the jar because mincing garlic was just too much work and I didn't have time for that. But this tool changes everything. You get your your bulb of garlic. This is a bulb, and each of the individual pieces are called cloves. All right. When you buy your garlic, you want to make sure it's firm. You want to make sure there's no black dots down here. That means it's moldy, and of course you don't want mold. So you want nice, firm, white, no mold. So you take 1 clove of garlic and you put it in the hopper there. Did you notice that I didn't peel it? You do not need to peel it, right? Work smarter, not work harder. No, work smarter, not harder. Get it right. Okay. All right. So I put it in the hopper and you just push it through. How easy was that? And then it's got this great little tool back here that just sandwiches in. This way you don't have to touch the garlic. You just scrape it like that, right? And then to clean it out, a lot of times it'll stick right to the plunger. This time it didn't, so I can demonstrate how you use this. You can use this tool in another way. You just pop the garlic out, and then when you go to clean it, you use this side. It pushes all the little pieces of garlic out of the hole. So that is probably my favorite tool. When people ask me, what's your favorite tool? That's usually my answer right there, the garlic press. And I'm going to talk about just a couple of other things. I wanted to talk about our mesh colander set. It comes in a set of 3. I think they're just lovely. They're beautiful to look at. That's one of the things that I really like about Pampered Chef products is that they're pleasing to the eye. They're beautiful. They're something that you'd want to have on your countertop. So they come in a set of 3. I have our beautiful apples that I bought from an orchard. You'll notice that they're not all waxed up and shiny because these are real apples, I like to say. Real apples. It's the only time of the year that my husband will actually eat apples is when they're fresh. And these happen to be his favorites. They're wine saps. They're a delicious eating, baking apple, very versatile. They're really delicious. So this is another favorite tool. If you have children, you should have one of these because children love apples, right? Sliced apples. And you just, so easy to use. You just center it around the core. You push down all the way and you just get your apple. Nothing like farm fresh apples, right? So delicious. I'm looking around. And that's all I have. That's all I have for you today. I hope you've enjoyed looking at some of the, not only my favorite tools, but tools that I actually use to feed my family so we can gather around the table together. All right, hope this finds everybody doing great and having a good rest of your day. Bye.